today, Jennifer, to my episode of my podcast. Let's talk about pools.
Thank you so much for having me.
So tell us your name and who you are and what you do.
Well, I'm Jennifer Amato, owner of Piranha Pool Service out in Tucson, Arizona. We literally just started our pool service company. We are from Ohio, and we are so looking forward to get this thing done.
That's awesome. So you just made a big change and a big move and starting a company all at the same time. That's a big change.
Yeah, me and the Hubs, we were corrections officers in Ohio and decided we didn't want to do it anymore.
That's a big change, but there's a lot of people that are wanting to know how you did it. So let's get right into this podcast interview, and we're going to ask some questions that I think the audience will really love to hear, and I think you're going to really enjoy answering to help other people.
Always.
So what got you into the pool industry? What interested you? What got you into it?
Well, honestly, we were, like I said, we were corrections officers in Ohio. We were just done. We were done with that whole corrections officer, law enforcement, especially with the Black Lives Matter movement and everything like that. We were completely over that. It's going a route that we didn't want to be a part of. So he researched and said, hey, why don't we move with my parents in Arizona and let's start a pool business? And I was like, okay, let's do it.
So what made him pick pool service out of anything you could have done?
I think because he's had pools all his life, and he knows what it takes to make sure that the pool's clean. It was something that was it's a booming industry. It's a $5 billion industry every year.
Yes.
We just want our own little piece of that. And we're not trying to be a super company. We're just trying to be comfortable and have something to pass down to our children. So, if they decide they want to continue doing it, they've got something already set up. So it's relatively easy. We loved that. We opted. We were doing residential only, and we opted to take the CPO class anyways.
Awesome. Yeah. And how do you feel now that you've been in the pool industry for about 4 months? How do you feel about the industry?
It's definitely not something that starts overnight. So we're glad that, we wanted to wait until we had all of our equipment, all of our professional clothing, things that we paid attention to every little detail, and made sure that we looked professional. We didn't want to look like a splash and dash that there's so many of out here in Arizona. We wanted to be the company that people are like, kids look at, hey mom, there's the fish truck, because we've got little piranhas with sunglasses that aren't scary all over our truck. So we wanted to be, known as the family business, and pretty much just trying to give everybody more time, especially since you're home with Corona anyways. Yep. We wanted to give everybody, if you're going to have more time at home, you're going to want to be in your pool more often. You want to be in your pool more often, it's going to get dirty quicker. And the last thing you want to do is sit there and take care of it all day. So let us come in and help you. That's pretty much. Yeah, that's call the pool professional.
So being a woman in the pool industry, how does that make you feel?
I've always had male-dominated jobs. I've worked in automotive. I've worked in corrections. I've worked in security. So I've always been the type of woman who has always taken that challenge to break the stereotypical job market. For me personally, it's exciting because to me, it's just, the females that are in the industry are usually no nonsense, my kind of girls, let's go grab a beer and talk about stupid stuff. And, other places, they're not so much like that. But, it's because of the guy atmosphere. And
Yep.
I really appreciate actually being in a male-dominated job, because to me, it just seems like it's a lot more no nonsense. It's either this or it's this, nothing else. There's no gray. So
Yep.
I like that.
We're seeing more women in the industry, and it's so nice. And
we're taking over.
and all of them are awesome. I mean, we have so many that we can meet in Facebook groups now, and social media is amazing. So we're getting to know and see all of them all over the country, and they're kicking butt, man. So you keep kicking butt too. So you said you're in Arizona. What's the weather like there for pool service? Just all of us curious in the audience here.
Not to brag, but today's kind of chilly at a whopping 70 degrees. I've never been in weather that has been this amazing. It's always blue skies, always sunny. I'm not in a part of the state where there's a lot of dust storms or anything like that. We're in a perfect part of the state because we didn't have much rain. We don't get much rain. I don't have to worry about scorpions. They're more north. You might see a rattlesnake or two, but for the most part, it's just beautiful.
Sounds like you're in an ideal area of Arizona to have a pool service company.
Yes, and that was something when the hubby came to me and said, "Hey, let's move out to Arizona." He's like, "We can't lose. It's year-round and COVID-proof." And I was like, you're making sense here.
It is a year. In certain states, it is year-round. I'm in Florida, and it's the same thing. So sometimes, but then you get a lot of competition as well. Do you guys have a lot of competition?
Yeah, sometimes. There's a few really big companies out here that actually do very well for themselves, but that's because they're legit. There's a lot of I call them splash and dashes, and I got that from the hubby. Splash and dashes, they just come get your business, undercut everybody, do a poor job, and then you try to call them because something's not working and they're not answering the phone, they're not coming back, they don't come when they say they're going to. Yep. And I think as pool professionals, we need to be there on time, every time, and at the same time.
Yep. So you sound like you're going to bring the quality back into pool service in your area versus the quantity that you're doing. Because you sound like you want to keep.
Yes, it's not that we want a ton of business or all the business. We just want a little bit, and we want to make sure that everybody is getting that experience where it's like they did it themselves. Because you want nothing more than to have something done for you, and it's almost like you did it yourself.
Yeah.
So
that's an awesome philosophy to have, and you having that in the very beginning is such an awesome thing, because some pool companies just don't have that. And like you said, they're the slash and dash, and then they lose customers that way, and you don't want to have that reputation out there, it sounds like. So I see
Well, then they give us all that reputation.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
They give us all that reputation because these people constantly are getting the splash and dashes because they're cheapest. And then they're like, oh, all pool companies are the same. No, we are not. We're not the same.
You're going to set yourself apart. So you mentioned your company name earlier. I see you have your shirt on. It's so cute. It has that little piranha with the sunglasses on it. So he doesn't look like a ferocious fish. He looks very cute and cool with his little sunglasses on. How did you guys come up with your pool service name and your logo?
we were looking online, and of course, my idea was extremely boring. I wanted to go for all, the water gods and goddesses. I didn't care what pantheon it was, So we looked up Titan, we looked up Trident, we looked up Neptune. There's tons of those. And my husband's like, "What about Piranha?" I'm like, "God, you're so smart." he's amazing. So we went with that. We looked it up. Nobody else had that name. And we went with that. And he came up with the idea of the logo as a more friendly but tough looking piranha, and then he didn't like the eyes, how the eyes were coming out. So let's put sunglasses on it.
You hide them. You hide the eyes,
yeah,
and you don't have to worry about it.
His dad was like, his dad was just like, "Let's put sunglasses on it." And he was like, "Yeah, that sounds like a great idea." And I'm thinking, no, it's not going to look good. It looks great. They both had really good ideas.
It looked awesome. They did a good job with that. So what sort of, did you guys go out and pursue like any certifications or education or anything like that?
We are doing basically residential only. We really don't want any commercial pools. However, we did decide that we wanted to get our certified pool operator's license.
Awesome.
So we ended up, it was actually a really good class for us because I know nothing about pools, but he does, and he's going to be the labor anyways. But when we did the class, it helps me understand what he's talking about. And now I know that if he's sick one day and we have pools that need to be done, I know I can go out and do them. I have confidence because of that class. Yes.
Education is a biggie. So they're
huge. It's huge.
Search out any free education that you can. Yeah. There's a lot of good ones out there that you can do that are free and online. So for our audience, I'm telling Jennifer, but our audience as well, a couple of good free online trainings are through Arenda Technologies. They have their Arenda Academy and their 4 pillars, free training, and you can listen to it. And it goes big on water chemistry and water balance if you want to learn more about that in detail. And also, I highly recommend the webinar series. It's free from Wayne Ivy-Sitch through Taylor Technologies. And both of them, you get nice little certificates sent to you. So, but the key is you can do them online and they're free. So always try to pursue that free education out there. And if anybody listening in the audience doesn't know where to find the training, you can always contact me. And my contact info is on my website where you are finding the podcast right now. And I would be more than willing to send anybody interested in that free training because I'm a big believer in education.
Oh, yes.
CPO isn't the only thing. You can't just rely on that. So also search out your local pool shows or anything like that. We have one in Florida every year. I'm sure Arizona or something over there has something on that coastline. And they usually have education. You could meet Wayne Ivy-Sitch in person. He teaches advanced water chemistry course that's like 2 hours long, and I learned a lot from that person. There's some people who have been in the industry 30 to 40 years that you got to take what they have right now because they're going to retire eventually, and we all need to learn from them. And so I want to put that out there to you. For you, Jennifer, and also for people listening right now.
Thank you.
So since you're a new company and you didn't did you purchase a pool route or how did you go about the whole getting pools in your inventory?
Well, because we are in Arizona, where we're at has a lot of HOAs and we can't exactly go door to door. It's not something we didn't want to be that company. We actually started by going to homes that were for sale. And I had gotten some like business cards and some other marketing materials from Vistaprint and have those, we're passing those out. We also have community boxes out here where people can put their stuff for repairs. I put a bunch of stuff in there. we're still doing it to this day. We literally did it for 2 days and got a hit. We got an email from a real estate company. Wow. And yeah, she's only got a couple of pools for us right now. We just had our meeting yesterday. And that was literally just 2 days of going out and putting less than 10 pieces of marketing materials on just homes for sale.
So you're hitting the pavement literally,
yes.
And doing it, not just relying on internet.
No, we do have a website, www.piranhapools.com. We also have a Facebook page. It's Piranha Pool Service. And, I've considered, because I've used the marketing ads on Facebook before, didn't like them. At the beginning, I'm trying to not spend as much money as possible. We're not buying routes. I know a lot of people have started up that way, but to me, that just didn't seem like a very smart investment on our end for our company. I'm not saying that people who have bought pool routes were being ridiculous. Not at all.
Just your personal experience and where you guys were, and personally for you guys, that was the choice that you made.
Right. It was not for us. So we actually are doing, we drive the company truck as much as possible with our cute little piranhas. We have kids that are already pointing out that we have the fishies on the truck. And we're like, if I go to a restaurant, this is something so simple. I go to a restaurant, when I leave my tip or leave my leaving my bill behind, my tip and paying or signing, whatever, I also leave a business card.
That's a great idea.
Every time I go out to eat somewhere, because that person, that waitress, that server may not have a pool, but I can guarantee you they know somebody who does. And then they have a card. So we got very fortunate with being able to talk to a real estate company already. And it just so happened that they're looking in the exact area that we are wanting to service. And because the pool company that they use got hit real hard by COVID, and they're having a hard time keeping up. So we're definitely moving forward with that. That's exciting, because as COVID hopefully goes away,
yep.
Things will pick up for them. And if things pick up for them, things are going to pick up for us. So
this is another follow-up to this question.
Sure.
Have you contacted like a pool builder and try to hook up with them and do their startups?
Have not yet. Have not gotten that far just yet.
I know some pool companies do that to, they get their customers that way, because they'll retain the pool after the pool builder leaves and is done with the pool. And if there's a good job that's done, then that pool company, pool service company, will retain the customer. I've heard that as a good tactic. So if obtaining customers on your own, is there any tactics that you can share with our audience that you would think would help them get more customers if they're a new pool service company and they're not buying a pool route?
What we're doing, pass out, get business cards. That is a huge investment, and it's investing in yourself and your business. And that's if you don't do anything else, pass them out to everybody you meet. I don't care if it's somebody at the store, give it to the cashier. If it's somebody in line, give it to that person in line. You're just chatting it up with somebody at the bank, give it to them. Pass out. You're pretty much, you're prostituting yourself, but it's going to work out for you. I promise it will.
You're networking is what you're doing.
Yeah.
So networking's a biggie. Networking to get customers is a great idea. All right. This has been so awesome so far. So we're going to get into a little bit of the business side of things a little bit. Have you purchased a software to run your pool service yet, like to maintain your customers and all your chemical records or anything like that yet?
What we have gone with is Pay the Pool Man.
Okay.
For us, we felt that it was the best for what we needed. And hopefully, as things progress, if we need something else, it might change down the road. I'm not digging my claws in, digging my heels in too hard. But, as a business grows, your needs change. But as of right now, Pay the Pool Man seemed to be the best software for us.
And what are the capabilities, really quick, about that software? What can you do with it other than getting paid?
Oh, let's see. You can put down, you enter in when you clean filters, and it will tell you up in a corner when filters are getting close and need to be, like, if it's like right now, it's been 6 months and that filter needs to be cleaned, it'll be in red. So it'll pop up right on your screen in red. You keep customer files. You can send emails to your customers. If you're going to be out of town, you're going on vacation this week, you just send them an email ahead of time and they have them already typed up for you.
Wow.
Just send it out. Yeah. If you want to keep the form, they have form letters. They can kind of nudge your hard paying customers who may forget to pay their monthly bill. They can nudge them, send them a nice little email, or send them a text message with a link right in there that says, just go here, tap on the link, go ahead and pay. Understand if you forgot, it's not a big deal, blah, blah, blah. They also, of course, you've got the addresses. It will help you tighten your route, and you take pictures.
It has route management in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can take pictures. You want to take pictures of the equipment, and it can all be right there, so that if my hubby's out on the field and he takes a picture and uploads it to Pay the Pool Man, and it tells me I need to order something, I can look online and see, I don't have to sit there and ask them 50 questions. The picture's right there.
That's really neat capabilities.
Yes. So, for us, it just seemed logical.
Is it mobile friendly as well, like on a mobile phone or like an iPad or anything like that? Wow. Okay.
Sure is.
Very cool. I can see why you chose something like that.
Yeah. And it's inexpensive.
So, audience, if somebody in the audience is listening to this podcast and is thinking about starting a pool service, now you kind of have an idea what somebody new that just started a pool service company with no experience, they found a great software to be able to use.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Do you have a mentor in the pool industry? Is there anybody that you have like a mentor of? I think I know who it is. Who is it?
He doesn't really, I've talked to him online and stuff, but he's not, I cannot put a shout out to Chlorine King loud enough. He has been our inspiration without even realizing he's been our inspiration. He's put out these videos on YouTube that, just when we were doing our research, he, that's who my husband found. He was like, you got to see this guy. And I actually enjoy watching his videos. He's not boring. He has great information. He's so smart about just business, the pool industry. This dude has it all.
And how to make awesome YouTube videos. Yes. He's got me like dumbfounded. I'm like, I need to find out what he's doing, because the graphics, everything, he does such a good job with his podcast too.
His how he gets people to do raps for him and stuff cracks me up. But we love we just wait for Eric to put out a new video, because we're like, give me more.
Who we're talking about is Eric Taylor, and he's with Chlorine King. He's based out of the west coast of Florida. I believe it's Seminole, Florida, but go check out his YouTube channel, everybody, and you'll know exactly what Jennifer is talking about. And I've watched a lot of his things as well, and I'm just like, my jaw drops. I'm like, can he help me with some of my stuff?
Right.
I'm still learning how to try to do it all. All right. So you talked about social media earlier. How do you use social media for your business? And what would be your recommendations to somebody starting up a new pool service company like you when it comes to the social media and websites and the whole 9 yards?
Well, I use Facebook for right now. My thing is social media is a lot of people's go-to. They want instant results. They want instant knowledge. They want to see, and you'll go to mine, and mine is very basic because we don't have much to put up there right now. You know, but it's a lot of times it's to see if people have put reviews up, and a lot of people will go to Facebook and put reviews up, whether they're good or bad reviews. Also, Google. I use Google because they do this. Google Business has this thing where they do they'll give you a Google website, and I haven't done any of that, but we are on the Google page where you can look up the business. And then Bing also has something. Microsoft Bing also has something where, it's like if somebody's going to go to a search engine, depending on the search engine, because I noticed we weren't showing up in Bing, but we were showing up in Google. I had to go in and just make sure if you are using social media, cover your bases. I don't Twitter. I don't know if anyone really Twitters anymore other than President Trump. But I don't Twitter. I don't really do Instagram or Snapchat. That's for the kids. I just don't. I am not young. I am over the hill, and I'm not. I know Facebook, and that's what I use. Not knocking these other social medias.
You're doing what you know, and maybe you'll move on to one of those things once you feel that you can.
Yeah.
But if you spread yourself too thin trying to do all of them at one time, then you're not going to be able to focus in on the one that you really feel is going to benefit your business the most, right? Which you feel is Facebook.
It seems to me like it would be redundant anyways, because most of the people that follow you on Facebook are going to follow you on Instagram, are going to follow you on Twitter or whatever else, MeWe, Parlor, all that other extra stuff. I don't see a point in putting out that much because it's not like I'm getting new people from all these other places.
Right.
Most everybody's got Facebook. I stick to Facebook. I know it. And I can't, doing the redundancy of 8 different things drives me crazy. So one place. You can find us on Facebook.
Excellent advice. All right, gonna switch gears again on you.
All right.
So now we're gonna get into which pool did you buy a pool vacuum yet?
Yes.
Which one did you choose? We all want to know which one did Piranha choose that's gonna win here, because it's always comes down to 2 different ones.
Piranha chose Riptide hands down.
Okay.
It was easiest. The thing is self-contained. I don't have to use anybody else's anything. I'm not using my customers' filters. I'm not using their electricity. And it is so quiet. So quiet. We have a lot of sand that we have to contend with out here. We bought their smallest bag, and it works very well. So we're very happy with Riptide. Hopefully, awesome. We're gonna hopefully be able to get some kind of sponsorship later on down the road from them. We're gonna try and talk to them and see what we can get.
Yes,
but we definitely want it because nobody has one out here. Nobody.
There's not a lot of people in Florida, and I think they're based out of Florida, and there's not a lot of people in Florida. They're starting to get out there. So I knew it was going to come down to that one or the other common one, which is Hammerhead. The Hammerhead pool vacuum and the Riptide are kind of, at least in Florida, kind of battling each other with who's going to be the one now,
Right.
So we're seeing a lot more.
we knew we wanted the Riptide from day one, and you know that was because of Eric as well. Pouring King.
Actually, I met Eric, I believe, or at least saw him at our Florida Pool Show at the Riptide booth.
Yeah.
Where they're there every year and they have multiple Riptide pool vacuums for people to look at and see. And so
they really are.
Yeah,
they
he's
really
kind
are
of a good spokesperson for them because he was one of the first to start using it. So
yeah.
I hear nothing but good things. I know there's still a lot of people using Hammerhead as well because it's been in the industry for so long.
Oh yeah.
So it's still very prominent out there as well. All right. So my last question is any advice that you could give somebody like you, but they're starting right now where you were in August, that whole process, any advice that you could give to help things easier for them, either like the pool distributor and getting your equipment together to anything else like networking with people? Give me some advice here.
Network with everyone. I have gotten on the Facebook page Talking Pools which is how we met with Rudy Stankiewicz. It's that place is just amazing. It is an amazing group of people. I've posted some things and I've had some people in the area who have said, you need anything, give me a holler. You want some contracting help, give me a holler. You want, let's work together. And if I get anything that's too far away from me, I now have someone that I can send that stuff to. So you definitely, it's a great place to bounce ideas off of. You want a network. We're not enemies. We are friends. We are all in this.
Exactly.
Trying to make this work. Let's just, there's no reason to be what's the word I'm looking for? Argumentative or, adversarial. That's it. Adversarial with a different pool company. It's for me, it's about the networking because there's always going to be, they know something you don't all the time, just as you know something that someone else doesn't. Don't be a jerk when someone tries to ask a question that may seem like it's a duh question to you. We all started out somewhere.
Exactly. I agree with you, and we need more of that in the world. Not just this industry. It's everywhere. Right. That people have to realize that learning continues, and not one person is going to know everything. It may seem like one person knows a whole lot, but it could be on one part of a topic and not the entire spectrum. Exactly. If you're talking, pool industry is a spectrum of so many things because you get into pool water chemistry. You get into the components of the pool and how it all works, how pool chemistry affects all of that. Yep. So for one person to understand that entire spectrum perfectly is very hard. I don't know it. You don't know it. If we put us all together as a network, and that's what social media really brings in some of these social media groups is that spectrum of experience. Yeah. So anybody in the audience that's listening, do what Jennifer did and really find a couple of, you don't need to join 20 million different things. Just find a couple of Facebook groups that you find are really good. They stick to what their motto is, and it's about pools and learning. And don't get into politics and all this other stuff. No, it's unnecessary. And then you leave them, Really find those couple of groups and really hone in. You can get people from all over the country on some of these Facebook groups that you can post a picture or something you've never seen. And some of these people are really good and they've seen it, or somebody else will. So use that information and really hone in. I think that helps a new person starting a new business like you is utilize these other people that are willing to share information in this. And Facebook can be a great thing. It can be a really negative thing, but I stay on even though I wouldn't want to because I love the information I get from it. So I have to try to take out and filter out, and you're still going to get all those negative things you don't want to see. You just have to move forward from it and really just filter that out so that you can take advantage of that technology. And I think that's what you guys have really done as well, right?
Yeah, we do. And honestly, you know, as we grow and as we learn, I want to encourage anybody who has any questions, because we have Arizona calcium, high calcium water, all that stuff. We're going to end up having to deal with, you know, that. If you guys have, I know you guys probably don't really have the high calcium issue like we do over here, but you know,
pockets in Florida, but not so much.
Yeah, I just, you know, as things progress and as we move forward, I just want to encourage anybody, whoever has any question, look us up, give me a call. We'll do what we can to work with you and help you out. I don't care where you're from.
Oh, that's so awesome that you have that type of you want to have that type of relationship with other people. That doesn't happen all the time. Well, no. Thank you very much for being on my podcast episode today, Jennifer.
Thank you for having me. I was honored. I really appreciate it.
And it's been so much fun talking with you.
Yes, we definitely need to do this more.
Yes, we do. You have a wonderful day.